All right, welcome. Today I have the privilege of interviewing Chris Steeves here locally in Ottawa. Chris and I have known each other for a number of years. He's been a licensed realtor for 12, just turned 13. So 13 years licensed in the business. And I wanted to invite you on here, Chris, and have a conversation, get to hear from you on this side of the fence. Now, you're with EXP for, I guess, around 13, 14 months. And you and I are on this journey together. So before we get into it, maybe tell me a bit about yourself, Chris, your real estate career and what makes you tick.
Right on. Yeah. So originally, I had a background in construction and did some home renovations many, many years ago. And, which was good until I kind of got to that point where I realized that the labor side of things was tiring. And so decided to transition into sales. And I made some money off some real estate investments, which inspired me to get further into it. So I had originally bought my first house in Vancouver, which was a home run. And then I sold that and moved to Ottawa, where I'm originally from.
Yeah.
And got my real estate license right away, got into selling, and been 13 years hard at it. And lots of highs, lots of lows, but I'm still very fortunate and appreciative of the role that I have here.
Yeah, no kidding. And being in the business for this long, I would say probably most of your business would be repeat and referral, Chris. A lot of past client referrals.
Yes, a lot of that is. And as we all know at this point in time, getting your name out there and connecting with people has never been easier. We've got social media and we're connected on various apps and various mediums. Like staying in touch with people is certainly a lot easier than it used to be.
Yes.
And I'm not one of the big marketing and advertising budget people. I do focus more on keeping my clients happy and providing great service, and then having them come back to me later on, also referring me to their friends and family, and just developing a really good reputation, which will inevitably lead to more business.
Yeah. And your business, Chris, before we kind of dive right into what you like, what you don't like, and how things are going at EXP, but your business right now, you've kept it fairly exclusive, right? Like sort of solo. You haven't gone down a rabbit hole of building a massive team. You're very sort of hands-on, and you work directly with all of your clients, right?
Absolutely. I'm an independent agent. We have assistants from in certain departments, and we have our team of people that are going to handle various tasks. If you need movers, I've got tons of movers. If you need cleaners, I've got tons of cleaners. And the videographers, photographers, the media companies, some administrative help. We've got lawyers more, As a realtor this many years in, we have lots of help from various other professionals. But I tend to work on my own, and I find that that's what works best for me at this time.
Sure.
And I'm just very happy with that. It's I have very streamlined processes that I know very well. I enjoy being the one that's handling most of the tasks and directly communicating with my clients, as opposed to pass them off to some admin person and never really talk to them again.
Cross your fingers and hope that they're...
People that contact me, they usually want to work with me.
Yeah.
And I enjoy that. And so I like
awesome.
I give my cell phone number to everybody I work with. I say, call me 24 hours a day.
For sure.
Ideally, they don't call me at 3 a.m, but I just let them know, like, you call and text me anytime. I'm full time at this.
You're not going to get passed up. Yeah, that's a huge testament, especially for being in the business that long. You can see some agents that may sort of really build up that fatigue and want to venture out. But so let's hop into the more specifics. And our purpose of having these interview series are really to sort of uncover and get some inside feedback and sort of analysis and data of how agents are feeling within EXP. So you and I are coming from a very similar backgrounds, Chris. I had a boutique brokerage, but I was working at a boutique brokerage. You were as well. So we both moved over our businesses to EXP now about 13, 14 months. So moving from small sort of mom and pop shop to an international platform brokerage called EXP. How's it going?
That's very well, very well. And as with any transition, there's going to be a couple hurdles and learning curves, whether you're going from small boutique brokerage to big or from big to small, whatever it is. Being in the business for this long, I know my systems and processes very well, and adjusting to EXP was pretty seamless. And I'm very happy with the big brokerage and what this big brokerage is able to offer as far as some of the incentive programs and the support, and as well for myself and for you as well. We have a team here in Ottawa or around the Ottawa area of a handful of EXP agents that are all working together, and we utilize our connections and resources and sharing and helping each other. And that gives it this kind of smaller team feel. So I don't feel like I'm just a number at a big company. I'm part of a group, and we all kind of help each other and feed off each other, which is amazing.
Totally. Yeah, that seems to be something that is really prominent when people are like, Liam, what's it about? What's the difference, or how is it? And I see EXP growing, and boom, we open up in another country, and now X amount of agents in that. But I don't know about you, but I don't feel like, yes, we have access to the big EXP platform, but we're really building a boutique brokerage within a brokerage. Like it's almost like a sub brokerage in a way. Now we got to be careful with RICO, and I'll go on the record. We are not building a brokerage within a brokerage, but it feels like that in that we have our own group, WhatsApp group, meetings, get-togethers. Like COVID's hopefully gone, and we're going to be able to get out together and have some fun in that. So just touching on one of your points there, Chris, you're mentioning the incentives. What's a couple, or what's the incentive that you think is really sort of highlighting that people listening in, you think would be important for them to know about?
Absolutely. And a couple that come to my mind right away that I find are very helpful, I don't see at any other brokerage. Well, right away, 13 years in the business, I do a certain amount of volume every year, and I'm fairly active. So I'm able to hit some milestones that earn. EXP has an incentive program for when you hit these milestones, they will gift you publicly traded stock in the company. And this is a public company, a multi-billion-dollar company, I believe. And they will issue you stocks for hitting these milestones at the end of the year, which I believe is about a total of $16,000 in EXP shares, which is huge. When we are paying into the brokerage, whichever brokerage you're at, you're going to be paying into the brokerage with their fees and commission splits. And to get that returned to you, a big chunk of that money that I pay out each year then comes back to me in the way of shares with the company. That's very big, and I haven't seen any other brokerage that does that. And the other one that maybe some other brokers are doing, but EXP has what I think is probably the best model for this, is the profit sharing model for any new agents that you are bringing in on your team or just bringing into the company. Myself as an agent, for bringing these other people in, will receive a portion of the earnings that they earn and the commissions. It's very good. The systems that EXP has for this profit sharing through your team of agents below you is extremely well done. It's very streamlined. There's all the systems for monitoring everything that's happening, from what I understand, if you want to get into the details, you're going to pay as an EXP agent. Correct me if I get anything wrong here, but you're going to pay as an EXP agent a total of $16,000 when you cap out in total commissions to the brokerage.
Yeah.
Now, what EXP does is they'll take half of that, 8,000 of that, and they will redistribute that back to the agents that are on your funnel or within your what's the word I'm thinking of?
Yeah, within your organization.
Within your organization, yeah. So and I find that this is a popular one for a lot of teams, especially because they have a handful of agents with them. They bring their team of agents over to them, and as the team leader, all those agents commission, a portion of that is going to get returned to the people above them, the team leaders. And it seems to be a lot better than most of these other brokerages from what I've seen and from what the returns and the splits are on that.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's a lot there to unpack, and hopefully everyone listening in really picked up on those two that Chris were talking about. So the first one he mentioned was the Icon Agent Program, and there'll be a link below that actually breaks out the math. Chris and I aren't going to bore you guys right now on how the math works, but just trust us. If you're selling approximately 28 houses a year, EXP will give you the full cap, which is your $16,000. They're going to give it back to you every year in stock. The second component that Chris was talking about there is he mentioned profit share. It's revenue share. So like the revenue that comes into the company of that 16 grand, 8,000 of it gets redistributed amongst the agents, which I think some people might be a little bit allergic to maybe how EXP is growing and thinking, oh, everyone's just trying to recruit. But let's just pump the brakes a bit. Like, what are brokerages supposed to do? Grow. And there is usually a designated manager, one manager. All they do is recruit. The thing at EXP is, instead of having one manager trying to recruit, all agents can attract agents they know, like, and trust into the company. It's the same thing. People just get all like distracted thinking like all you're trying to do is recruit. It's funny, like there's data that we can put out that very few agents are actually focused exclusively on recruiting. It's more of the attraction model.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why I was highlighting the Icon Agent Awards of getting back that $16,000 that you paid to the company at the end of the year. I'm not a recruiter. I don't do too much recruiting. Obviously, I welcome my friends and contacts and colleagues to join EXP because I think it's a great brokerage and model. But my focus is sales, right? And that's every year I'm focusing on sales. So for me to I'm going to pay the brokerage $16,000 in commission, but then to get that back at the end of the year when I hit my targets, I haven't found anybody else that's willing to do that. And so EXP's model is really giving back to the agents. And then what you said in regards to having other agents, bringing other agents in and the recruiting side of things, for them to also half of that commission cap of $8,000 and redistribute it back to a handful of agents above you. I mean, it's such a win for the agent themselves, right? Yeah, and so you feel like they are taking care of us and they're looking out for us in that department.
Yeah. And one thing that's just sort of on my mind, Chris, and you and I have talked sort of offline about this, but investment property and building wealth and passive income and all that, like, what does retirement look like for the realtor that's just on the transaction treadmill?
Well, that's
right.
It.
Like, you're only as good as your last deal. We're used to making X amount of money, but how do you take the foot off the gas? So having a model where you're 13 years in the business, you don't have a team of like buyer agent and associate agents, but you have one of your good friends that's likely going to join soon, that you don't have to get into babysitting. You can help support them with literally just like plug and play. You just plug into the model within our platform, the training I offer as sort of team leader within our group. And then with EXP, like you're going to start to be able to create some of that wealth creation side while in production mode.
Absolutely. And it's a brilliant model in that regard, that you might want to not necessarily just retire, but maybe you want to have a slower year, right? And you know what? I've been grinding for 5 years straight. I want to take my foot off the gas a little bit this year. And you've got 8 agents that you've brought into EXP, and you're getting the residual payments from them every month. Yeah, you can take a little time off. You can have a slower year and not stress out as much. And yeah, you mentioned retirement. Exactly. This is something that can go indefinitely. And for the guys out there that do want to build a big team, this is the way to go.
Totally. The thing with the teams also is the setup within EXP is you can move your team over. Chris and I will help you out with that. We can introduce and share all of the details with you. But bringing your team over, you do not have to play defense with your team and hold them back. You actually want them to go out on their own within EXP. But what happens with a lot of teams is as the buyer agents and associate agents learn how to transact and to build their own leads, they decide to leave the team, and then the team leader is stuck finding new people. So I'm kind of digressing a little bit, but it's a very attractive model for teams as well.
Absolutely. And you touch on something, agent retention, right? Mm-hmm. They're very good. The systems that they have in place are very good for agent retention, not only with the share and the icon awards at the end of each year, but each agent has the opportunity to accumulate shares, publicly traded shares in the company through every transaction they do at a discount from the current market valuation. And so as you're doing deals, you're also building equity through shares in the company. It's very, very smart. And as agents, I've only been here just over a year, but as agents really start to grow and develop with this company, they're not going to want to leave all those incentives. They're not going to want to switch to a company that doesn't offer that.
Totally. And what you're highlighting there is the agent equity program. So what Chris is saying is you can put 5% of every single commission check away at a 10% discount, and you've been in the business for this long, you're probably selling $100,000, $150,000, $200,000 a year. You can put 10 grand a year in stock. Like if you did that for 12 years, there'd be 120 grand there if the stock didn't go up or down. Like it's crazy, the wealth creation side that I think is unmatched. And I mean that it is unmatched. Like you got to buy and sell real estate. Like that's how everyone makes money. However, you have these two other lanes. You have the agent equity with the stock market. You also have revenue share that you can just tap into.
Yeah, absolutely. And, just in regards to the company and the public shares and the share options, this isn't a company that's going away. I believe EXP is the fastest growing brokerage in either North America or maybe internationally. And as they keep expanding into more and more countries, this company is going to keep going. The stock and the valuation is going to keep rising. And so it becomes very smart to be involved and invested in the business.
Yeah, totally. It's nice being a part of the company where we're not sitting at the table, you and I, with leadership, but the access we have to where leadership is pointing our company and the vision. Glenn Sanford, the founder, he's just in acquisition mode. He bought Success magazine last year. The year before, he set up.
I get a copy every month.
Pardon me?
I said I get a copy every month.
Yeah, that's right.
Success magazine, yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. And starting to build out success coaching, where that's going to be offered for you and I and other EXP agents at a discounted rate. But then sell the success coaching to other real estate brokerages in other industries. Like it's just being a part of that it's incredible.
I'm pretty impressed with what these guys have developed as far as the depth of the brokerage and the company and what it's doing. And the more I learn about it, the more I'm like, wow, these guys have really evolved and progressed this thing to something that is kind of hard to even fathom that they've got here. And I learn something new all the time about various services and functions and all the stuff online. I mean, all these online systems, I can go in at any time and just through their portal, I can see every deal I've ever done, every payment, where it's all gone. It's a breakdown of the history of everything I've ever done within the company. And they also have the online platform, the EXP Workplace.
Yeah.
And I've connected with agents across Canada just through this kind of social network, EXP social network. And what they're doing just to integrate all their agents and to make the whole thing kind of transparent. It's very, very well thought out.
Very well thought. I would agree. It's a beast of a model. They've added a lot of veins to be able to access that. Maybe we can kind of finish off with getting some feedback from you, Chris, on what is the support like, and those listening in, if they've been on long enough with you and I on this video, they're probably curious. So they may be in that sort of due diligence process. So what can you share with those listening in right now that 13, 14 months with the company, a lot of noise, like publicly traded company in 19 countries we're in, and how does it work? Like, how do you feel? How do you get through sort of being with a beast of a company, and what support do you have more localized? What can you share with those listening in right now on the support that you're getting?
Yeah, absolutely. So really right off the bat with us and the team and the group of people that we're with, we are constantly in contact and helping each other. And you, Liam, are always providing more tips and more education for any area of real estate sales. And, that's like right off the bat, some excellent support to have that community and that team. But then above that, we can go to the EXP Workplace, which is across Canada. They have various groups. If you're just Ontario, you can join the Ontario groups. And all these people, it's a social networking media, and everybody is communicating and sharing. Hey, I need a realtor in St. Catharines, Ontario. Who do you have? I'm sending some clients to Vancouver. Who do we have in Vancouver? And I need help with a certain registration, or what do I do? I got a question about, basic real estate sales. And everybody is quick to answer. You're going to get a ton of help just through that. Anytime that I'm reaching out to management and the support team at EXP, they're always quick to help. They're always quick to respond. And they're all there to make sure that we're successful. You're not just kind of out there on your own. You need help from someone. I've called Michelle and Angela a bunch of times, and they always pick up or get back to me right away. And they say, okay, here's what you need to do. Boom, boom, boom. The same with processing paperwork through SkySlope. Those guys are very quick to respond if you need anything at all, and very, very helpful. They've helped me through tons of stuff. So it's kind of every level and in every department, they've got it covered so that the agents have someone they can rely on.
Yeah, totally. Well presented. Because
and that's coming from, I don't need that much support, so I don't expect much. But when I reach out, I'm always like, wow, they're really on it. Like they get back to me and get me answers immediately.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's something that's hopefully very valuable for those listening in, because I feel like that is an area that maybe the competition might attempt to highlight in saying EXP, you're just an island on your own. There's no one around you. It's just a beast. And hopefully we've done some myth busting on this here, Chris, with sort of giving your unbiased opinion.
What's funny is it just through a month and a half ago, I hit my Icon Awards status, and they sent out a notice on Workplace. Congratulations to the Icon Awards agent. I had so many other EXP agents reaching out and commenting, "Hey guys, well done, congratulations." And I started connecting with other Icon agents across Canada. And it is very good. You know, there is quite a community. There's quite a team, and you're definitely a part of a very good networking circle. I know a couple other EXP agents that have done a ton of business just through the referrals through Workplace, from agents in Alberta to agents in BC to Quebec to, you know, just everybody coming together and sending each other business.
Yeah. It's, I think it could be something. You turn your notifications on, there's referrals flying around like crazy.
Absolutely.
Like crazy. Yeah. Awesome, Chris. Well, this has been a lot of fun. I knew that we'd get some nice, solid, raw, right off the cuff feedback. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put your info, Chris, up on the screen here, a backdrop. So we'll put your cell phone out. People can reach out directly to you by text, also by email. And yeah, if you've been listening in and you've enjoyed hearing what Chris has to share, I would encourage you to reach out. As you see, Chris is exactly how he'll meet with you over Zoom or coffee and just give you the straight up goods on what EXP is all about. So it's one of those things that you're going through your due diligence process. You're probably consuming lots of content online. That's important. Continue doing that. But the next step is actually picking up the phone and aligning and getting some more feedback. So please do yourself and reach out to Chris.
Yeah, I'll finish with that same sentiment that anybody that's thinking of joining EXP, especially if you're in the Ottawa area, absolutely call me. Call, text, or email. I'm always happy to chat about real estate and love to have more people on board to keep our team growing. And I think we've got a great thing here. So
awesome. Thanks so much, Chris. Appreciate it. Enjoy your day.
Right on. You too, Liam. Thanks.
Thank you.